Another great day to kick it with my boys. The boys! The boys!
Yeah, boy!
Yep.
First off, what's up, Ethan?
The boys.
How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. How you guys doing?
Doing all right. How you doing, Pap?
I'm good. I'm good, baby.
Spanish?
I feel good. I'm glad to be here, man. Thank you for having me.
No, always, guys. I love this. So, Ethan, you can't see us on the TVs, can you?
Yeah, I can. You're in here.
Me and Spanish?
Well, I see Spanish right now.
Okay, so...
Pap's working his mat. There you go.
Yeah.
So you see what Spanish is wearing, right?
Yeah.
So
Nice and salmon-y polo shirt there.
Yeah, so I walk in and I see Spanish sitting down because I saw when he got out of his car, but I didn't see like the colors of the
It's dark.
Yeah,
you know?
what it was
We
wearing.
like to meet under the moonlight.
Yeah, I walk into the studio and I see Spanish wearing that, and I immediately think, God damn it, we're both wearing pink.
We both
You
like
should've
Mean
called.
Girls.
Yeah. Oh, I hated it. I loved it, hated it. But right away, it was just all the Mean Girl jokes, and we look like the goddamn pink ladies.
Yeah,
in
we
here.
do. Listen, there's nothing wrong with that, all right?
Joe's the
Tuscadero.
dirty T-bird over there.
Yeah. Oh, man. I was super excited. I saw you wearing your Rugrats. First of all, I love Rugrats. Then I saw you
Yeah.
wearing pink, too. I was like, obviously, another Mean Girls fan.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. It is fetch.
Everyone's been making those. Amanda came in to talk to
Yeah.
Mike, and she goes, Mike, hey, you guys wearing, because of Wednesday? Mean
Yeah.
Girls? Mean Girls? I was like,
Oh, you're Twinkie.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh,
Hell
man.
yeah, dude.
Getting ready for the boat trip, I guess.
Yeah, damn right.
Yeah.
Listen, we're a team now.
So we're going to be on there 4 nights. No. Yeah, 4 nights, 5 days, correct?
Yes. No, 3 nights, 4 days.
3 nights, 4 days.
Yeah, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then
Back on Monday.
I mean, you can try and stow
So
away
that's 4
and stay an
nights.
extra night.
yeah,
Put your hand back up.
yeah, right.
Did you see what
Thursday,
you did?
yeah, I do. I see it. I see it now. I see it.
This guy confidently counted 5 and then tried
said
to play
3.
it. Yeah.
No, I counted 5 and then said 3.
Yeah.
Right.
This guy. Every day we should match a color.
Dude.
You want to do it?
Yes.
I don't care. I'll do
Yes,
it.
I would
Yeah.
love to, dude. I got tons
You need
of
to
black.
actually go get actual matching shirts.
I
We're
know
the
we were
exact
talking
same.
about it.
So funny you said that because me and Spanish were talking one night. I can't remember if we were at the gay club. And when I
We
say
were.
gay club, Ethan, I mean Ethan's shop.
Ian Becker's
Right.
shop.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ian's
My
shop.
home base.
Yeah, yeah. No, I meant Ian's. And I think I ordered us matching shirts.
Yeah.
Gruesome twosome shirts.
Yeah, I was gonna make us shirts, but the idea got nixed pretty bad, pretty
So,
quickly, actually.
I can't remember who sent me that thing first, but it's like a little drawing of like literal drawing of like you draw a piece of paper, not like an artistic one, and it's 2 guys that instead of they're doing like the handshake clap or like yeah we're boy, like you ever seen was it Predator?
Yeah,
when the
yeah,
guys
yeah.
get the hand clap.
yeah.
It's like that, but below the waist, if you understand it.
Yeah,
You need to go get some custom shirts, and every day they say something different. Like one of you will be top, one of you will be bottom.
yeah.
Top.
You know,
Power bottom.
power bottom.
You
Yeah.
know me. I'll snatch it up.
Yeah, I like that
Exactly.
thing 1, thing 2,
Yeah,
that type
yeah,
of thing. Yeah,
yeah.
Milli Vanilli.
Yeah.
I like
One
that.
hundred percent. You got the whole cruise planned already.
Yeah, there it is.
I'm gonna have so much fun.
I'd like to bring this up because I just realized this as we started the show, and I was going to bring up my sinuses again.
Oh yeah,
Didn't get no goddamn honey.
I got some in my bag, man.
Oh, thanks, because that's
You're
going to help
welcome.
now when we're almost
Listen,
done.
you know, I
on
can't.
air.
You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. You know
chug
what I
it
mean?
as soon as
You
the
can tell
show's
the
over.
horse about the water.
I told you. You asked for it. I brought it in.
So why didn't you say, "Hey, I have the thing we talked about"?
Hey, man, why didn't you say, "Hey, do you have the thing we talked about"?
Because you were reading, and I didn't want to interrupt.
Thank you. I appreciate that very
I
much.
think, Dizzy, you need to combo 2 things here, and you need to use blue honey, which is you need to use the regular honey and then take some of Carmen's shrooms, and it's like
Yeah.
microdosing honey.
Yeah.
Ethan,
That
you're a
sounds
man
good.
of great ideas. is
Yeah.
what
I
mean.
got a friend who was making it, and I almost brought it back from Texas. So.
Oh.
Does he sex traffic with you?
No, he
Different
handles the
field?
drug side of the cartel.
Perfect. Yeah. Know your role. I like
Different
it, Ethan.
department. I like it. Yeah.
100%, yeah.
You got to diversify at some
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
Exactly.
of course.
Yeah.
Now, Ethan, I don't think you heard this, but during one of the rejoins of the segments, we really got on Spanish because he's been in here, and not to make fun of him too much, but he was reading a book, which nothing wrong with that. But we all felt like he wanted us to know he was reading a book. Spanish denies it.
I
Was
mean,
he obviously holding it up high so you could see
Ethan.
the title? And
Yes.
that's ridiculous,
Yes,
bro. That's
yes.
absolutely ridiculous.
Ethan,
the highest I had, I was leaning back in my chair and I was reading just quietly by myself.
Ethan, he was reading the book, and he go, oh.
You're so full of trash. You're so full of trash, bro. Y'all made it sound like I stood up on my chair and was reading it in front of
Check
everybody.
it out, everybody.
Yeah, like dictating it word for word.
Ethan,
people watching videos on their phone, and they're like, Oh, that is so funny. I can't believe they did that.
Ridiculous. Absolutely obnoxious.
Ethan, if we were back in the studio, me and you, when we record the after show regularly, if I just started juggling in the break, we'd come back from break and you'd be like, well, you were just juggling, right?
No.
And if I was like, what are you thinking? Was that for you? You'd be like, yeah, you were doing it.
This is where you're juggling. Hey, is Bone TV on today?
Yeah.
Juggling is much different than reading silently by yourself, but I understand the analogy.
Again, he was not silent.
I was 100% silent, dude.
Hey, I'm going to stick up for Spanish and always encourage the reading rainbow.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about? Y'all make up such ridiculous nonsense.
I do like messing with Spanish, though. You know, that's one of the things here. I know people are going to be like, oh, why you pick on Spanish for reading? I'm not. I'm glad he is reading.
I know you are. I know it's all out of love, for sure. But to think that, I don't care. Get out of my face.
But no, it's funny because with our job, it's kind of a no-win scenario in a lot of cases.
100%.
Yeah.
We gave him, I almost cussed, we gave him crap for reading as a joke. Then he's like, well, I just don't want to go smoke in the breaks. We're like, oh, no, you know
Go
what
smoke
you're doing.
then, yeah.
Literally goes in the break, smokes, come back. We're like, what the hell, man? You smell of smoke.
Just go smoke and read.
Yeah.
I that's not allowed either, apparently.
And then rip a page out and roll a spliff. And
Yeah, I mean, God, it's almost like they want me to try heroin in between the breaks to just simmer down.
Might as well.
Did you take the book with you when you went?
Yeah, because I didn't want any of you to burn it.
I pull back the curtain. First thing we did is like, did he take the book?
Yeah, I know. I'm not
We're all like, I
stupid.
think he took the book.
Yeah,
This isn't his
100%.
first rodeo. He knows what's
Yeah,
going
come on, man. That's like when Mike was like, "Hey, let me see it." I was like, "No, bro, I'm not giving you the book. I know what you're gonna do. Get out of here." Same with my beads. I had to make him promise when he took my beads that he wasn't gonna break them. And he was like, "Oh, you're smart." I was like, "I know. I've worked here for 10 years."
Oh man, did you get a little mad when we were getting on you? Be honest.
No.
You just expect it.
Yeah. Well, so I mean, I expected somebody. I don't usually read during the breaks, but obviously some of the things recently that I've been through, I'm trying to change my habits so that I don't fall into the same patterns that I did before. So I was like, I'll bring in a book. That way I won't be smoking during the breaks. Not going to be a big deal. But then when it turned into what it was, I was like, I guess I should have known better that it wouldn't just be a, hey, what are you reading? It would be, hey, you're a piece of trash for trying to better yourself during the commercial breaks.
Are you trying to quit smoking or are you just trying to not smoke during the show?
I just didn't want to smoke during the breaks because I know nobody likes it. So I was like, all right, well, then I'll just sit here quietly and read.
Yeah.
Because I smoked for 20 years and I had to vape my way off of that stuff.
See, I don't want to vape because I had a cousin who ended up in the hospital because of vaping. So I don't want to. Yeah, his lungs are all jacked up now.
Now is vape okay? So pull back the curtain again. I don't know a lot about this type of stuff. I tried when I went to Orlando with that girl. She big vapor.
Yeah.
I tried to hit the vape and I coughed
Yeah.
so much. And I learned later, and tell me that this is true. It's kind of you got to treat it like the hookah. You're not supposed to really inhale and like I hit it like I hit a blunt.
Yeah, same.
You're not supposed to. I heard.
Well, but Dizzy, you coughed the first time you tried some weed too, and that didn't stop you.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So, I like how Ian's like the spokesman for vaping.
For
Like,
vaping?
get back on that horse, bro.
So
I'm just saying, the one good thing about it that I found was that you can get like different nicotine levels, and so you can step yourself down until you're not having any nicotine, and then you're just like, what am I doing with this anyways? And you put it away. So if you wanted to quit smoking, it worked for me.
The thing that draws me to it is like Pat, for instance, will go hit his in the outside in the other room. And it'll smell like apple pie, for instance, one time, and I'll be like, damn, I should get into this.
Yeah.
It smells so good.
Get some Valley Highs.
Yeah.
I know the medical reason why a lot of people cough a lot is because it's a liquid that vapes and turns into a smoke, and then when it goes in your lungs, it turns back into a liquid and piles in on your lungs, causing people to cough.
I don't know enough about vaping to know if that's true or not.
that's
Ian,
true.
Ian, I keep mixing him up with Ian.
That's Ethan.
Yeah,
Ethan,
Right,
yeah.
we just need to fire
He
Beckles,
looks like
right?
a big black guy.
Yeah.
so.
I do.
I don't know what to say.
That's what I tell the ladies.
Oh, bro.
Ian, Ian, God damn it. Ethan, let's ask you the same question we asked Carmen.
Yep.
Is it women prefer length or girth?
Oh, girth.
That's what we all kind of thought, right?
Yep. 100% girth.
for
According to Carmen's the other way. Who'd have thought?
Yeah. I mean,
thought?
we thought.
Ethan, I had to think about it before I said
Right.
it. Because it's in there now.
burned now,
I'm going to ask you the same question Mike asked me.
All right.
Finish this sentence.
Okay.
I am better than blank on the bone.
I'm gonna go with nobody because I don't I don't look at myself as being better than anybody. I do my thing, and everybody's got their thing, and I don't necessarily compare.
That answer's approved.
Yeah, that's like
Yeah, that's a good answer.
it's like you had a campaign manager. It's like this is the right political answer.
Should be in politics.
Smart. Yeah.
Got to be honest, that's not the best answer for the bone.
Running
But-
for president of the
yeah.
bone. Yep.
When Mike asked me those questions, I want to make a joke and just fly off the end as a joke, stir the pot. Not that I think I'm better than people like that. Like, the right answer is what you said. I wanted to say anyone immediately following the show, but then I remembered some people can't take
That's
jokes a
gonna-
certain
no,
way.
that's
So
right.
I'll go
Start
back to
something.
Roger JP. JP
Yeah.
like, Dizzy, you think better than us, huh? Get
wanna
back on
divide
the
the bone?
phones, huh?
JP, that's absolutely right. I can't
Yeah.
believe he's doing that.
And then
I'm better than somebody on the weekend on the bone, and I'll just like the brokered show or something. How's
Yeah.
that?
yeah,
Perfect.
a million things were running through my head. I wanted to say anyone in the weekend show, but then I was unsure if like Mike and Corey would get offended because I know I'm better than Ethan and Mo. I'm not worried about them. I stuck on after 2 because I figured like it'll be like a funny thing, and Drew and John would be like, "Oh, okay, that's how you feel." 'Cause
Yeah.
I feel like they know my humor and they
Yeah.
know I'm joking.
I hope so.
But you still got to be careful.
You
'cause-
hear that, John? He thinks he's better than you.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
John does listen.
I know,
He
man.
probably
He told me-
stopped after he heard that. Someone
Knock him
told him.
back down to promo John.
Yeah, blocked.
All right.
I went with the 80-20 quote because I thought while it was funny in the moment, I knew he was going to get blowback when he did say that. For those you don't know, Will made the 80-20. I'm not trying to bring that back. Like, oh, remember that? But like, I get it because confidence is the thing you should have.
Yeah.
But I do know that like, and we could all admit this. There's a certain ego you have to have when you're here on
Oh,
air,
absolutely.
And a lot of us when we hear that, our egos get bruised because we immediately think, oh, we're in the 20. I'm not in the 80 with you. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So like, I get it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I guess the other way. I'm in the 80, not the 20.
Yeah,
is
yeah,
the
yeah.
way it is.
I like it. I like this. I like this job, especially because people's egos are always fun to watch rise and fall and rise and fall. That roller coaster is it's a blast to see,
Yeah.
and myself included.
I remember when you guys, where was I with this? Yeah, I was with you guys on the show. I was doing the board from the studio, and we went through who has egos on the radio station. We all
yeah.
kind of agreed that everyone has
Biggest ego,
and then
wasn't it? Yeah.
we're like, all right, who has the biggest? Ethan, I don't know if you remember this, but I ended up saying, anyone on the Captain Nemo show, and that includes me. And Spike did not like that. He
Oh,
went
no, I
at
didn't hear that.
me. He went at Carmen. He went at Galvin, and I was like, "Damn, bro, I didn't know it was that deep." And me and Spike, we had a back and forth for a while. It was serious, but not serious because I
Right.
knew at the end of the day, like, yeah, we're going at each other and giving a little shots at each other with nothing under the belt. I felt, at least for me, and I knew, like, in a week or two, this will be gone.
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
usually how things happen here.
I can't ever. I have such a hard time taking Spike seriously. I think it's because I've seen him. I've hung out with him off air more than I've hung out with him on air. And off air, he's just like this fun, goofy guy that doesn't take life seriously.
Yeah.
So I would have such a hard time going back and forth with him.
And then on air, he's like, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah,
what's this?
yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Well, the first time I ever hung out with him, and he was drinking, I think it was Miller Lite, and I was like, "Oh, do you want anything else?" He goes, "What? Nothing goes into this temple but
Yeah,
Miller
the
Lite."
temple.
I was like, "What?"
I
Only
love
the
that
white can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I love that he refers to his body as
Me
the
too.
temple. It's
While
a-
he's drinking
yeah.
Miller Lite.
And we'll be like, this is more of a broken down tune, but okay, whatever you say, brother. Whatever you say.
It's a 2,000-year-old temple that Indiana Jones just dug up.
Yeah.
Ethan, I got one more question before we hit this break, and then
Yep.
we'll get into some other stuff on the next segment. We were all asked this question. I want to know where you land on it.
All right.
If you had a chance to have $1 million guaranteed or a 75% chance of winning $100 million, which one are you choosing?
I'd probably go with the million guaranteed right now because I could use it and
Yeah, see?
move
Yeah.
on, and I don't need to be like jacked up, loaded for the. I mean, that would be nice.
Yeah.
But I could survive.
So, Carmen, Spanish, Pap, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me, we all said the same thing. My immediate thing was because Galvin and Mike went the other way, and I said to Mike immediately, I don't have your
Yeah.
money. You're way
Right.
past the milli. I could change a lot with $1 million.
Absolutely.
Now I get the whole thing of playing the majority and
Yeah.
the numbers and all that, but I'm not a fan. Ethan, we're gonna ask you the same question. Pap, make sure I'm not on Bone TV right
Okay.
now. Okay, Ethan, pick a number between 1 and 4, and we'll see if you're a winner of that $100 million.
Billion.
Billion. It was a billion.
Yeah, it was
okay,
billion.
So
$100 billion.
$100 billion.
I would have gone with number 3.
Ooh, see, you went at once. You did the right thing.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
were all asked the same thing. I think
Oh, yeah.
Pat, we all won except
I was
Spanish.
the only one that
you're
picked
the
the
only
wrong
one.
number.
You picked 3, did
I
you?
picked 4. I picked
Oh,
4.
okay,
Yeah.
Well,
The number 4 popped in my head, and I was like, it's probably going to be the losing number because I'm a loser. So, bam,
Yeah.
there we
All
go,
right.
baby.
I went in thinking whatever number I'm picking is going to be wrong too.
Yeah.
You know, I just feel like I have bad odds of winning those type of things.
100%,
Yeah.
dude. 100%. I'm the guy that does the crane game to get the stuffed animal, and it gets all the way to right before the hole and falls.
Yep. I'm the gambler that if I bet on a team, if you bet on the opposite team, you're going to win.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you, Ethan.
I'm one of those people who lose all the time in rock paper scissors.
Yeah. Oh,
So I'm like when I do it, I go rock paper and I do praying hands, and they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, Jesus wins all the time.
Yeah,
You're
that's
gonna
right.
deny Jesus?
he's my savior.
Yeah.
Accept him into your heart.
Give him the thumbs up and you call it dynamite.
Yeah.
Blows everything
Oh,
up.
that's pretty good.
Rock
Yeah.
paper scissors. You throw thumbs up, and that's dynamite.
Yeah,
I can kind
dynamite.
of see it.
Right?
I can see
Yeah.
it. That's a good one, Ethan.
Rock, paper, scissors, just punch him in the face and run away.
There's that too.
Jesus.
I'm,
You
try-
just
I'm trying
strawberry
to win.
shortcake
Rock
him.
paper scissors.
I'm trying to win.
Assault them.
Yeah.
And then run.
Rock, paper, scissors, jail.
Yeah. Whatever.
All right, I got a little topic that I want to get into that we kind of discussed on the show. I want to get y'all's opinion on it, especially you, Ethan.
Yay.
We'll be back with more After Show right at the end of this break right here on 102.5 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. Welcome back to the After Show. I'm your host, Dizzy. You can find me at Dizzy from Air on all social media platforms. Use that hashtag, Dizzy After Show, to interact with the show on Twitter. We are live on YouTube and Facebook as well. Is that right, Pap Pap?
That is correct.
And Pap Pap is now live with us, thanks to Spanish.
Yeah. Thank you.
We're killing it on the lives and the YouTube. Definitely check out the Mike Calta Show on YouTube. I know that's one of the things. This is going to sound like too much information. When I'm doing a good poop, I go through the YouTube clips.
Oh, you
yeah.
do?
know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Excellent.
Got you.
Yeah, definitely, man. I love them.
There's some good stuff up there, man.
Yeah, and I'm so used to just watching them that like I was watching the other day and I popped up. I was like, oh yeah, I'm there. I forgot I'm there.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm in there.
Yeah.
That's me.
So this was something we randomly got on the subject of. Ethan, I'm gonna ask you this: if I don't know if you know my background, but if you were just to look at me, what would you assume I am based on my looks, like background wise, like what nation or whatever am I from?
Yeah, your ethnicity.
Ethnicity.
Yeah.
I'd have gone, because you have that slightly lighter complexion, I'd have gone like Puerto Rican, Dominican Republic.
So I will say Dominican Republic is something everyone assumed I am, especially when I was in my teenage years because I had really curly hair and
All
stuff.
right. Yeah. Were you wearing super tight jeans as well?
No, yeah, with the rhinestones
Yeah.
and stuff.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Nice little polo with it.
Yeah.
No. So we got into that whole discussion. Now, for those who don't know, I am Trinidadian, Canadian born, but that's nothing to do with my heritage and all that. Like, well, my heritage, I guess, because I was born there by my family's. My roots, Trinidad, Egyptian as well, and some Portuguese. But we got into this discussion of Mike's grandpa and great grandpa being a little racist, which I get, but I feel like every family they have a little racist in them. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It might not be blatant, like, oh, blah, 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 like this calling out people by certain words,
Yeah.
derogatory words. But I feel like we all had a moment where, like, okay, my family's kind of racist in a way.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I would like us to go through that the moment you realized. For me, it was probably now I used to play on a travel team when I was in my teens for football, soccer. You'd have to travel to different areas and play teams. My pops would always take me. We'd take these long road trips, and I got to see a lot of my pops' road rage as we would be driving to certain places. So I remember we were driving one time, and this terrible driver would just on the road, and he has this habit of whenever there's a bad driver, he has to get past them to see who the
it
driver is. Yeah.
That's
So-
normal, I feel like.
yeah, it's a normal thing.
I
Okay,
think
yeah.
So, yeah.
So he drove past it, and as we're going by, he goes, I got to see what a jackass looks like. And we'll get past him. He goes, Asian, why am I not surprised? I'm like, ugh.
Oopsies.
But I feel like we all have a little of that in our family.
Oh, for sure.
Do you guys remember the time when that happened to one of you guys?
100%. It was my freshman year of high school, and I was hanging out with my my Puerto Rican family and my grandmother. We were talking about dating because I was very much looking forward to dating in high school. And my grandmother said, listen, just whatever you do, don't date anybody white. And I was like, what? And she's like, you can't trust them. Blonde hair, blue-eyed devils, man. Do not trust them. I
No
was
white
like, what?
devils in this house.
Yeah, I was like, what? Word? She was right, though.
Yeah. Now you're working with all of them, so
I know,
she's probably
yeah.
looking
Right.
down at you. She is still alive?
She's still alive. Yeah, she's got Alzheimer's and Parkinson's right now. So
Maybe
Us
she forgot
honkies
the
are nothing but trouble.
yeah.
Pap, do you have one?
Well, I got to tell you, when I was growing up in New York, I lived in a neighborhood that we didn't. I never knew that there was black people. There was.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
In the world? You never knew there was black people in the world?
No, I mean in the neighborhood, I never saw anybody. I never, this was like a straight
This
Italian
was
Catholic.
1704.
No.
We haven't came over on the boats yet.
Right,
so,
yeah.
No, it was like a straight Italian. Everybody was Catholic.
Yeah.
Sometimes there were some Jewish people, but that was it. I didn't really. There was no integration, so I never
Yeah.
really actually met anybody.
You just knew we existed.
yeah.
Yeah, on
So
the
the
outside.
first time you saw one, you're like, oh my God, you shook your friend. Look. Bet you his name's Tyrone.
When we moved down to Florida, that's when I first encountered black people. It's the only time I had ever been around them because
Yeah.
my neighborhood was just straight Italian Catholic.
It was like in Jurassic Park when they first see like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
You were gonna say the same thing?
Yeah, right, I was. Everyone just jaw on the ground. I had a opposite experience. I had heard because I grew up in the Miami area, so I always thought like rednecks weren't a real thing. Like I thought that
Just
was
a
just like
stereotype that
Yeah,
didn't
like I thought
exist,
that was
yeah.
like there's no way that's real. Then I came to USF and I went to my first mud hole event.
What is that?
It's where people go and they drive their giant trucks with huge tires through like mud hole
okay,
and watering
yeah,
holes.
yeah.
It was awesome. I had a blast, but I was like, oh, okay, rednecks are real. That's
Yeah.
a real thing. 100%. All right, cool.
Ethan, what about you, bro? I'm sure you have tons. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
First of all, I grew up around rednecks, so that's all I kind of knew in my childhood.
you knew
but-
what the mud hole is.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. We had one like a couple blocks from our house.
Hell yeah.
So you
I never
partaked
had
in it a lot, I assume.
No, because we never had money to own any cool off-road vehicles. I just, watched other people get dirty. But
Okay.
I never had any actual racists in my immediate family.
Yeah.
There was lots of them in West Texas that I grew up around, but not like in my family. I married into some, I think, but never in my family that I recall.
Okay.
Lucky.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, seriously, I was very lucky. But my family's from there, and we're the whitest of the white. Like I'm half Norwegian. You don't get whiter than that.
that's pretty-
the
that's pretty
Vikings,
white.
man.
Yeah, but there was all like pastors on the Norwegian side, so they were all men of the cloth or whatever, and grew up in Minnesota, which is super liberal. And then my dad's side grew up in Southern California, which is super liberal. And so there was really no racism in that part of my family.
All right.
So I come, like I said, from a Trinidadian culture and everything like that. I remember, when we'd go back there for Carnival, and every time,
Take me 1 year.
yeah, we should go. I want to plan one.
man.
So
I want to
Ooh, I'd
go.
with that one,
yeah, it's around February type stuff. So next year, not this one,
Please.
obviously. We should plan for.
Begging you, I would love to go.
Oh, I would
For real.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. So I remember when we go as kids, we were young kids. We had an uncle, and he was like a little lighter than me, but he was very red bone. If you guys know what that means.
Oh yeah,
Okay,
I know
so,
what that means.
so I remember my family, all the uncles and his brothers, and even my parents. They would call him Uncle Red Jigga,
Oh,
but it would replace the J with another letter, obviously. And we came back from vacation. We were living in Canada at this point, and my sister had a vacation journal that the teacher made her write. And she wrote in the journal, "We got to see Uncle Red Jigga, and we went and did this and that." And I was like,
man.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
No.
My mom still has that book and was like, "You did write that." We had some calls.
We had talks.
Yeah,
we had
yeah.
some talks. Yeah.
And that was the first time, like, I was real young, and I think this is when I realized, like, oh, I'm kind of funny. Like,
Yeah.
as a kid, my uncle, he was real dark, and I'm light skinned, and we would go back and forth, and he'd be like, "You as light as da 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 da," and make a joke as me, and I'd be like, "You as dark as the night," and we would just go back and forth until like I said something really crazy. My parents like, "Okay, we got to
We got to get him out of
yeah,
here.
you're going a little too far, bro."
You're taking too much after your uncle. We
Yeah.
gotta leave this alone now.
Yeah, we had this thing in Trinidad called the Great Pitch Lake, which is just like this tar pit type thing. And I go, "You just the Great Pitch Lake." My parents like, "Jesus, we should probably stop this before he goes to school and starts comparing other students to stuff."
Sounds like you're about to go into the old Disney Song of the South with tar babies.
Oh my
and stuff.
god!
Holy
Dude,
cow.
I forgot
Wow.
about that.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Disney, keeping it real.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I used to love that. Speaking of back in the day, do you guys remember having downloading ringtones and stuff
Oh,
like that?
hell yeah, bro.
Did it ever come to a time when you realized you were getting like too old for ringtones, and or maybe they just started annoying you, the sound?
What? No.
Never?
Nah, yeah. I keep my phone on silent for the most part. I don't. The only person when it rings is Mike now when he calls.
Yeah, we used to pay for our phones
Yeah,
to
right?
make special noises,
Yeah,
and now we're like,
right.
if mine makes a tweet, I'm just like, oh, what the hell?
dude.
Yeah, I remember I used to have for the text message alert. You ever play the game Metal Gear Solid?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yep.
Whenever you'd get caught, it'd go ring. Yeah.
Yep.
That used to be my text message
Awesome.
alert. Loved it. Right? But then I switched it up to Storage Wars.
Oh.
And it would always go, yeah, whenever I got a text. But then I would get like 6 text messages. Yeah. I ended up hating those things.
Side
bro.
note, have you played the new Metal Gear Solid at all?
What's the newest one?
I think it's, I don't know what it's called. I think it's Solid Snake.
How recent is it?
It like just came out a year or two ago.
Ooh, I
where
gotta
you
get
can
on that.
dude, you can like, well, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to turn this into a weird gaming thing, but if you like the original, it's like open world and you could do anything you want as Snake. It was dope.
Okay, so you're like in the Middle East in that game.
Yes.
I did play that game. You can like parachute the people up and stuff. Yeah,
It's
that's a
awesome,
pretty
dude.
game with
Yeah.
a good twist at the end.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Downloading that one today.
Yo, you're gonna love it, Ethan, if you enjoy the Metal Gear series.
Absolutely.
Ethan, are you a big gamer?
I'm not a big gamer. I do love to play video games, but I'm real particular about them. Like, I like the third-person things like Tomb Raider, Grand Theft Auto,
Yeah.
Metal Gear, stuff like that.
It must be crazy. Someone like Pap who grew up like with Pong.
Yeah.
And now they're
Actually,
like, Metal Gear
still-
Solid.
Yeah.
No, Pong was high school for me.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, I'm not even
See,
kidding.
I was lucky. I grew up with, we had the Atari, but one of the first big games when I was like junior high, Super Mario came out and, blew everybody away.
On NES?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. See, I remember my parents got us an NES when I was younger, but I was too young to really understand like what was happening in the video games. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then when my brother and I were older, the first system that we ever got that we could play together was Nintendo 64.
Oh, yeah.
And we had the Super Mario, and then we got GoldenEye, and that was like me
Game
and my brother.
changer.
Dude, we were hooked.
Did you
man.
play Duck Hunt on that?
Yeah,
I was about to say, I got like a telecommunications degree, and I still to this day do not understand how the gun on Duck Hunt
Right?
works with your TV.
Yeah.
I do.
So it shoots a beam of light.
Yeah.
Right,
And
but
it
how does your
reflects back.
TV see that and send that to the?
Yeah, it's a good point.
Because your controller's plugged into the game
But
system.
the TV doesn't have a receiver.
What do you
No,
mean?
but you're clicking the game and aiming it in the direction.
Yeah.
I believe, and I think back then they would just like bifurcate the screen like a bunch of times. So if you hit
you
the
were
square,
close enough.
if
Yeah.
you're
I was
close,
gonna
you're
say
gonna still hit it.
how much of you guys cheated? Just walked up to the screen, it's like,
Dude, that's
got
all
him,
I would
got
do.
him,
Yeah,
got him.
all I would
All
do.
the time.
Yeah.
Then go to my mom, be like, "I just got the high score. Your son's a genius."
You remember Hogan's Alley, which was the
Yeah.
same gun with Duck Hunt?
Yeah, dude.
And you
I
had to use
Yep.
blow the cartridges out
Yeah.
so that they would work.
You couldn't turn off the system because there was no save option.
Damn right.
You just had to
Yeah.
let it ride.
And then it would get super hot and melt
Yeah.
your game. And you're like, ah.
Me and my sister had to like put a towel over it because if my mom walked by and saw it was on, she would turn it off.
Of course.
And we'd be like, "Oh, the progress! We collected those flutes."
I will kill everyone. Oh man, I
Do you
miss
remember
those
the
days.
first game you like really stayed up playing?
Legend of Zelda on Nintendo 64?
Oh, yeah, that's a
Ocarina
good
of
one.
Time.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
Ethan?
dude.
Really stayed up all night playing was the first Tomb Raider because she had them polygon boobs.
Yep.
and-
Yep. And them jiggle effects were on point back then.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
they
they
were.
I mean, they're still, but back then, I remember watching my cousin play that game, and I was like, "What?
I
This
know.
is
I never got
play
turned
this?
on by a computer
Right?
before.
Yeah.
yeah,
I remember seeing those things like GoldenEye, for instance, and be like, "It's so realistic.
right?
We're never gonna
GoldenEye.
get.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm in the greatest era of video games. It'll never get better
you
than
were.
this." Yeah.
You were. That
Yeah.
was the greatest time in technology history, the 90s.
I would agree with that. 100%.
Multiplayer only slaps. Let's
Yeah.
do it. No one can be odd job.
No social media.
Yeah.
Still good.
I got the golden gun, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just me, my 64, and my Yak Back.
Yeah?
I used to love a Yak Back.
Did you ever have a Tamagotchi?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
me
used to
too.
die all the time though.
Yeah,
'cause I
of
would
course.
forget. I would
Yeah.
forget.
I would always overfeed it, make it get fat and poop everywhere, and then not clean it.
If you overfed it too much, it would have died.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for.
Yeah. Well, we had a fun time going through this little time capsule with you. When we come back, we got some few questions I'm gonna ask these guys, see what they're gonna answer. If you want to be involved in the conversation or have any questions for us, 727-579-1025 or 800-771-1025. Go ahead and fill up the phone lines, and we will get to you guys when we return right here on the After Show on 1025 The Bone, Real Raw Radio.
Yeah, yeah.
That clean was not a clean.
That was not a clean.
Hell yeah.
I think you potted it down right as he was about to hit
Yeah.
the word, though.
Good
so
job,
you should be
Ethan.
good. I don't know
Thank
if
you,
you
thank
ended
you.
up dumping it to be safe, but you.
I did. I did both.
Okay.
So.
I just want to let you know, we do have one phone call. I don't know if you want to. I should have told you during the break. I apologize. I don't know if you want to take it or not.
Yeah, let's see where one hater or fan wants to say.
All right.
Good morning. You're on the after show. What's your name?
My name?
Turn down your radio.
You can hang up on him.
All right. Done.
This is probably the worst.
Done and done.
You call in on the weekend shows.
Yeah.
Is that another one you just
No,
put
no,
up?
no,
Oh, okay.
no. I had to drop it.
So one thing I wanted to mention this little story about this girl I'm seeing. She is really good at cooking. She claims. So we were hanging out the other day, and she's like, "Hey, I'm gonna cook for you." I'm like, "All right, cool." So I was like, "I'm gonna go work out. You hang out here at the house, and cook whatever you want, and
Yeah.
I'll be back."
Easy.
Yeah, because go work out 40 to
nice.
a minute,
Yeah.
to an hour. So I'm working out, and I get a text message from her, and she's like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." As she's texting me, I get a text message from my roommate Juan. He's like, "Bro," I'm like, "What's the matter?" He goes, "Our house almost burnt down." I'm
Oh
like,
my
"What are you talking about?"
What?
Apparently, she was cooking something at the house, and then she was like, "Oh, I gotta go run out and grab some things from the store." My roommate was like out in the front yard selling something. He sells like collector
Baseball cards, yeah.
And he was like, "All right." She's like, "You want anything?" He's like, "No, I'm good." So he's like, "Yeah, I just finished up a deal with this person." And as I'm walking back to smoke a cigarette right outside the garage, I hear beep beep, and I look, and there's smoke coming from out of the under the door in the garage.
I don't want that.
Yeah, he ran in, and he was like, he had to figure it all out, obviously. And she came back like 10 minutes later.
Oh my
so
god.
he wasn't there. House was gone.
Oh, easily.
My dog
easily.
gone.
Oh.
All of it.
All
yeah.
of my belongings gone.
Yeah, all of my belongings.
My
gone.
life.
Yeah.
Worried about your video games.
Yeah,
dude.
video games gone. Obviously she's made up for that recently.
Yeah.
But one thing I am proud of was yesterday when we were hanging out, we went down. She had to drop something off in St. Pete, and when we were coming back, we stopped off on the Gandy.
Like the Gandy Beach area?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and we set up a hammock.
Yeah, man.
And I haven't been in a hammock since my teens, literally since my teens.
You're welcome.
I got in one and I was like, this is so much fun.
Right?
I forgot how much I love hammocks.
Isn't it the best, dude? It's
So
so
much fun.
relaxing.
Yeah.
It's chill. Listen, I got a 2-person hammock if you ever want to hop in.
Well, that was her thing. She's like, I got a 2-person one. I was like, well, we'll fit in a 1-person one. Got in the 2-person one. I was so excited to send you a video,
Dude.
a photo of us just chilling in the
I was so
hammock.
happy to receive that. I was like, finally
Yeah.
somebody else is embracing that hammock like
I
this.
sat in it and I was like, oh, life.
Yeah.
This is
Oh,
so good.
life. You took
Yeah.
out your book, started reading. You were like, I didn't even know I had a book.
I will say, I don't know when the last time Ethan or you, Pap, have been in one, especially Pap. It is not the easiest to get from here our size.
And I can't lay in them that long because like my knees don't bend backwards like that. So that part.
So there's a trick that you can do where when you're laying down, when you scoot up, you can kind of, if you have somebody else, it's much easier. But if you're by yourself, you scoot up a little and just bend your knees a little bit. And then when you relax back in, your knees will stay bent. They won't bend upwards with the hammock. Yeah. So you got
I'm
to
gonna have to learn hammock rules with you.
I got you, bro. I got you. Yeah, you drop your knees to the sides, either left or right, and let them bend just a little bit. You just need a smidgen of a bend.
All right.
Yeah. I got
right.
you, Ethan.
I
Hammock notes. I like
love the the YouTube live and the Facebook live. Someone on the Facebook live, Jonathan said, "Why does Spanish look like Dr. Phil?" I see it. I see it.
yeah.
I gotta say, I see it.
Hell yeah. If you need any advice, Jonathan, let me know. I'm here for you.
Yeah, you got the
Spiritual sanctuary, man.
spiritual sanctuary.
Yeah.
You posted the first one yesterday.
That's right. Second one.
Second one. I
Second
didn't
one.
see the first one.
You didn't see the first
you
one?
didn't?
Oh, man. I believe it's still on my page. If you want to check it out, Spanish_E_P_ on Instagram. And they're just like little, they're just videos about stuff that I've learned recently.
Inspirational
That
messages.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're kind of inspirational. It's more just, how to kind of, I'm trying to give advice on things that I've just had to recently overcome. Because I'm not a licensed counselor, but I can tell you the crap that I've had
but
to
I'll
go through.
pretend to be one. This guy.
Yeah, know what I
play
mean?
one on TV.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll play one on TV.
Pap, didn't you used to have like a words with wise words or something like that? You used to do?
Yeah. I think we're gonna start doing them again.
I was gonna say you just
You
ran
know.
out of words.
Yeah, well, Gio was helping me with that, and he was shooting me doing it, and he didn't want to do it anymore. So I was like, all right. Now I'll get Spanish to do it with
Yeah,
me. Since
absolutely, man.
I'm shooting his inspirational messages. He could shoot my idiot messages.
Yep. I would love to do that, man.
Gio's on vacation because his kids are on spring break, correct? And he's just hitting different cities and enjoying his time. You go to another for the cruise. Let's say, what's the minimal amount of money you bring when you go on a vacation? So we'll go with the cruise for us,
Okay.
and then Ethan, you tell us if you're going to go on a vacation. Doesn't have to be a cruise. How much you would bring with you? Spanish. How much would you?
So the last big vacation I went on, I went to Amsterdam.
Oh, that's-
and I brought like $5,000 to spend.
That's a good.
Yeah.
Because you need a lot if you're going there.
That's you know what I
Yeah.
mean. And that wasn't included. That was just money to spend while I was in the different countries. You know, the brothels, whatever. Maybe
Yeah.
we did. Maybe we didn't. I'm not gonna say nothing. And all the dispensaries and stuff. You know what's huge in Amsterdam that I had no idea? Churros.
What?
Bro, they love. I'm telling you right now, in Amsterdam, on almost every street corner, there is a churro stand. It is wild and delicious.
So bringing back the little like when you found out your family's might be a little racist.
Might be a little racist.
What do you think my family called churros? From what we
Oh
heard.
boy.
I don't want to say it because it's gonna get me in trouble.
No, you're
trying to get me
Spanish. You're
canceled?
allowed to say it, right?
No way. But I have a feeling.
I can't hear you. Just say
I'm
it
not
on
gonna-
air.
No, I'm not gonna say
Well,
it.
I'll
gonna
say
say
it.
it.
They used to call it Chico sticks.
All right,
And
all
you
right.
get
That was
yourself
different.
a Chico sticks.
Yeah.
Like,
It's not that bad.
Yeah, we have a
It's not
different.
terrible. I'm not
Well-
saying they're. Let me just clear this up. I'm not saying my family are flat out racist. I'm just
All
saying
right.
well, I don't know if that's the word you should be using.
Yeah, we my family we call them something else
Yeah.
growing up.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't say it on air.
It'd be like if Ethan's like, I'm gonna get some fried chicken, and his family's like, oh, some brother bites.
Yeah.
You know, like, all right, I don't know if you want to call it that.
You've been hanging around with my folks? What's
Yeah,
going on?
yeah, dude. Oh my god. Oh gosh, Ethan, how much money do you usually take when you go on a vacation, bro?
Like, you talking just straight cash wise?
Yeah.
Usually we don't pack a lot of cash with us unless we're flying. If we're driving somewhere, you know, you got ATMs and everything's tap to pay on
So
Apple
let's
Pay and
say,
stuff.
how much do you set aside then? Not necessarily cash. How much do you set aside to use? So obviously you could charge stuff and all that, but what's like kind of the cap you'll put on a vacation spending?
You know, luckily we're sort of not needing to do that. We look at how much it's going to cost to get where we want to go and how much the hotel is, and then we just go and do whatever we want.
Good
while
for you,
we're
man.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thankfully, my wife makes a pretty good salary with her job, and so we're luckily at a point where we're not having to worry about we got to budget every now. Casinos on the cruise ships, yeah, we budget that like $200.
Smart.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, that's smart. Pap.
Last vacation I went on was to New York, and I was visiting family. So
I remember, and I got to cover for you
Yeah,
here.
you did, and I appreciate that.
Oh,
But I mean, since I don't have to handle hotels, and just going out to restaurants and whatever we decide to do, like if there's a haunted hayride or some craziness up there.
Yeah.
So like $500-600.
$500-600 bucks.
That's it.
That's probably how much I'm bringing on. No, probably a little more on the cruise.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said we got some calls on hold.
Yeah, dude, we got-
Go ahead
we
and
got
fire
four.
them up.
All
We
right,
got a
let's-
couple minutes left. Ethan, just let us know when we have like a minute left.
Yep.
Thank you.
Hello, you're on the Mike Calta Aftershow. Please don't curse.
No problem. Hey, guys, just want to tell you I love the show.
Thank you.
And talking about finding out when your family is racist,
Go ahead.
years ago, the first time I ever watched the movie, I'm sorry. Oh, now I can't remember the name of the movie. Oh, my God. Men of Honor with Cuba Gooding and
Oh, yeah.
Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
I watched the movie, loved it, told my dad about it. My dad, being Italian from New York, everything De Niro. I told him about it. He's like, okay, who's in it? I said, oh, De Niro and Cuba Gooding Jr. And Cuba's playing the first black Navy diver. And my father was like, yeah, no.
He's like, I
dismissed
prefer realistic
Yeah.
stuff in my movies.
All right.
You can't
There's no
swim.
black guys in the Navy.
Yeah, black guys,
Black
can't
guys
swim.
don't swim.
Yeah, now you want me to believe they could die. Thanks for the call, brother.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No,
All right, here we
someone
go.
on Twitter said when he brought someone home, his Cuban grandma said the line from Bad Boys 2 when she's like, Johnny, she Negro.
Yeah.
Hey, you make your own bed, you sleep in it. I know too many movie quotes.
Oh,
I'm
my
sorry.
God.
Go ahead. with the
Hello,
next
you're
one.
on the Mike Calta Aftershow. Please don't curse.
Hello, good morning. How may I help you?
Good morning,
Hello,
deep
speak.
voice. Go ahead.
Kawasaki.
All right.
All right.
I'll send it.
I just dumped that.
yeah,
That was go ahead and
yeah.
not dump it, but boring.
Kawasaki.
Yeah.
Hello, you're on the Mike Calta Aftershow. Please don't curse.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen. How y'all doing? Talking about the family racist stuff.
Yeah, go
Actually, when I growing up in Seattle, we actually bought and they actually sold things called Chico sticks.
Oh, see, so it wasn't just
They
my
were-
family.
yeah. No, it wasn't just your family, man. We used to buy them when I was a kid. They're like little peanut butter, kind of like little peanut butter cylindrical chocolate sticks.
All right, now it's racist.
Sticks, yeah, they were called Chico sticks.
Well, I appreciate the call. I'm glad our families have something to bond over.
No problem, brother.
Take care.
Growing
Thanks
up
for tuning in.
in Texas, you remember those fireworks you'd set off on your driveway that would bounce all over the place?
Man.
Oh, jumping jacks.
Yeah, you know what they call them in West Texas?
What?
N-word chasers.
Oh, my God,
Seriously.
man.
Yeah, that's the kind of racism I grew up around.
That gave me chills, man.
I like how you
Yeah.
just like top that.
Yeah, I win, Texas. Woo!
We got one more phone call, Dizzy, if you want to take it.
Of course.
Hello, you're on the Mike Calta After Show. Please don't curse.
Hey, I'm just wondering who's the tallest out of all you guys over there?
Ethan.
Yeah,
Oh, well,
for
in
sure.
the building? Like right here at Mike's house?
Out of you four there. I don't
For
know how
sure,
tall
Ethan.
is.
Ethan's average size, I'd say he's
Yeah.
like 5'8", 5'8", Ethan?
I'm 5'12".
Oh, damn.
Damn,
No,
I'm,
so you're
I'm
6
bad
foot.
with I'm bad with heights, I guess. That's why I'm short.
Yeah. yeah.
What's it in order there? Who's from tallest to shortest?
It goes tallest to shortest, Ethan, Spanish, Pat, me. I'm short. I'm 5'2", bro. I'm short.
Oh, I'm definitely taller than Spanish.
No, you're not.
Oh, yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're
No,
not. You're
everybody's
closer to
seen
my
it.
height than
Yeah.
Spanish. is.
Challenge
Yeah.
accepted.
Stand
Yeah,
up right next to each other right now.
All right.
Let's see right now. Okay. Let's see their feet.
Back
Spanish has got him on like an inch.
Is it the fro, though?
An inch. Spanish doesn't have a fro.
I don't have a fro, man.
Oh, your fro's not out
I
today?
lost
Okay.
all my hair
Yeah.
last year when I got sick. Yeah.
I reject this court.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right.
Well, Ethan, you're going to be in again tomorrow, I assume?
100%, my brother.
I appreciate that. I assume that we have to turn it over to Roger and JP now?
Yeah, just about a minute out.
Okay, well, thank you, Ethan. Thank you, Papap and Spanish. Papap, thank you for putting this up on YouTube and Facebook.
Anytime, baby.
Tell your friends. We'll be back up tomorrow on both streaming platforms right here on the After Show.